Hello, Congresswoman.
Horse manure. Well, that sounds like fun.
Wait, Congresswoman Crockett.
But it sounds.
Congresswoman Crockett, you were recently on a Tesla takedown call calling for violence on the 29th. Would you like to clarify your comments?
Ignoring them.
Congresswoman, will you condone violence at the Tesla?
Listen, I am definitely of the opinion, that we should have some DEI hires in this administration, you know, the ones that definitely earned it, because clearly we've got a bunch of incompetent fools that are trying to run our country, and actually they are running our country. They're running it straight into the ground. The fact that you literally are going to plan enemy attacks on a signal chat, and then you don't even know who's in the signal chat, and then y'all want to come at us and act like people of color are the problem or that women are the problem? Like, baby, you probably need a good black woman in the room who can check you and tell you that, first of all, you shouldn't be doing this on Signal or anything else. But y'all still mad about Hillary's servers. Is that what I hear? Yeah. So anyway, literally, I don't know if like your homeboy was drunk at the time that he was sending these messages or what, but clearly this administration is not ready for prime time. And this is not a matter of being a Democrat or a Republican. This is literally about competence versus incompetence. And right now, these people are about to like really have us in some shit if they don't get it together, or if we don't just boot them first. Like, honestly, we should be in a very bipartisan way saying, you know what? Sorry, boo, but this is just above your pay grade, and we need to get some people that are actually qualified. So maybe we need to go ahead and open this pool to say black folk, brown folk.
Yeah, got a new show for y'all.
Got a damn good show.
Rachet Crockett, making a fool of herself again.
That's got a nice ring to it. Ratchet Crockett. Hey, don't forget to support the show at officialhodgetwins.com. Pick out one of these patriotic t-shirts. We're giving away what was that, a Ford Ram? Wait a minute, a Ford Ram. I'm having a bad moment. A Ford Raptor, and $10,000 in cash.
Yeah, anything you buy from the site get you automatically into the win.
Right.
All right. So
Ford Ram.
Yeah. So this woman, Rachet Crockett.
Yeah.
She's at Human Rights Campaign. It's a LGBTQ advocacy group that she's giving a speech to, and she
shouldn't be talking. They don't know nothing about human rights.
Yeah, they're looking for preferential rights.
Yeah.
But she makes a complete fool of herself. Check this out.
It's always endorsed by Stonewall Democrats. And that was in my race for State House as well as my races for Congress. And I can tell you that Morgan has always been one of those people that will ask, what is it that you need? You know, a lot of people see you out front fighting, but nobody's really asking you, what do you need to maintain that fight? So thank you so much, Morgan, because we in these hot ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot ass mess, honey.
What you say?
They said this woman can run for president.
Go right ahead. Please run her. It's the Democrat nominee next election.
It's just an easy win for us.
Yeah, she's just mocking the governor of Texas.
Yeah, that's
called him Governor Hot Wheels because he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, stereotypical black woman.
What, dumb
and ignorant.
So yes.
But you see what kind of event this is. She's pandering to her base.
Right.
They applaud this garbage.
Yeah, the Democrat Party is falling apart. Yeah. Who's going to vote for these people next election?
Yeah.
Yes.
She's not done.
Right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna move on because I got other people that's also hot in these streets.
Look at those. Look at.
Keep her eyebrows and her eyelashes.
That is crazy. It looks crazy.
Yeah, that's too much. Just take your eyelashes and enhance them. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You put on like 4 people's eyelashes. Look like Scruffalufficus on Sesame Street. Remember
The elephant?
Scruffalufficus?
Yeah, with the
Yeah. Those eyelash, that's nonsense.
All right, I got to make sure I got through all my thank yous because we're about to go off script. Is one of the
Fake
people that I love the most. Honestly, the last time I was at an HRC dinner, she was on stage speaking. And her name is Libby. And Libby is a young trans girl right out of Texas. And Libby is actually celebrating her birthday today as well. And so, yes, Aries run the world. Mine is next Saturday. Yes. We are fire signs for a reason, y'all. And so here it is. Libby started testifying at the Texas House back when she was about 6 years old. And so here it was, they had the bathroom. You know, I actually went to the restroom and I was like, I'm confused. It say women and then it say everybody. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, thanks to your party.
Yeah, you saw Aquatic down there, right?
Yeah, she forgot where she was at.
You could hear a pin drop and shit.
Yeah,
there.
watch this.
But we had the bathroom bills, because of course policing bathrooms is where it's at. That's usually why most people are voting for their elected officials, because they're like, how good are you going to be about policing the bathrooms?
Yeah, it's a sad time in the world where you have to actually legislate this stuff.
Yeah,
It's like common sense.
I know.
And all of this was to protect women.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we had so much drama with Sarah in the United States houses, because we had to make sure that we could police the bathrooms, y'all. And let me diverge just a little bit on that one, too.
We never police our bathrooms? We always policed our bathrooms.
Yeah. It used to be like, if a dude went in a woman's restroom when I was growing up,
Yeah.
oh man, guys would pummel that dude.
Right. That was determined by society to be what's best for women and
Yes.
children.
Yeah, it's always been to protect women. Because guys, we don't care if a woman comes in there.
No. But a woman cares if a man comes in her restroom, and rightfully so.
Yeah. You in the bathroom, you're a female, and I come and I was like, yeah, it's a nice day we having today. Yeah. It's gonna freak women out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right.
Have y'all ever heard of Nancy Mace?
You see how she's changing her accent and her voice. Y'all heard of Nancy Mace?
Trying to sound ghetto.
Looks like a black.
Ratchet ghetto black woman.
Look at her tongue. That was I called it the right moment.
And you know what?
What did she do?
Okay. You know what? I don't think this is an act. I think this is her.
This is truly her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a yes. So literally, right? Nancy was like, trans people, they the end of the world. She doing videos every day.
Nobody said that. That's what they have to do. They have to misrepresent what's going on.
Yeah.
So they can tear the misrepresentation down.
That's crazy. A woman actually standing for women, but you got another woman trying to tear her down for standing up for women. Ain't that crazy?
That's what you call a Democrat.
She doing at least 100 tweets a day, all about the trans people, right? All at the same time that the amazing Sarah McBride is swearing into the House.
Sarah McBride
And listen,
is
y'all,
amazing.
Sarah has more swag as well as more patience than I do. I'm gonna just be real about that. And so,
How's that?
We all.
She referred to a male as a female.
Yeah.
How she got more patience? When he referred to her as a male, right? He referred to him as a female.
Man, you confusing the hell out of me. What the hell are you saying?
Remember that whole debacle went down when that Republican referred to her as a male.
Yeah.
She referred to him as a female.
Yeah.
But she's got patience.
So, they
Got
changed
patience.
the rules all because Sarah's in the house. And Sarah's like, cool, whatever. I got my own bathroom I don't care. Fine.
Who changed the rules?
So
Democrats change the rules.
Y'all changed the rules. Why you accusing the buses for changing the rules?
Yeah.
Psychotic.
Literally, this is real life. I don't know if y'all know this, so I got to tell y'all this because it is like too stupid to be true, but it is.
Yeah, it's all because of y'all.
Too stupid.
But we're the stupid ones. Making a fool of ourselves.
Now, if any of you follow me, then you know that my dad is a preacher.
Wow.
And you'll know that
That's
I
amazing.
truly am a Christian, not the fake Christians that we hear about, but like I'm a real one.
You're a real
And
Christian. You better go read your Bible. Poking fun at disabled people, putting men and women. You're a real Christian.
and with that, I truly believe that God has ordered my steps.
The devil's ordered your steps. Yeah, God has nothing to do with what y'all push.
I can tell you that I don't believe that I stand here by accident, but I stand here on purpose. I stand here on the purpose that God has written over my life. I've always had a heart to help people.
That's crazy.
And for whatever reason, God decided that the best way for me to be able to help people was by being a politician. And I still got questions for him. I got a lot of questions, especially in these times. And honestly, I know I'm not the only one that is questioning why we are suffering in these times.
Hey, stop the video. Stop the video. Why did y'all vote against tax and tips? Every Democrat except I think one said no. No, we need to tax tips. Why did y'all? If y'all trying to help people and you're a real Christian, why did everyone vote Democrat vote no?
Yeah.
On that bill.
Well, no tax on tips.
Overtime and Social Security.
Right. Put money in the working man's pocket.
Yeah. How is it? How is voting no on that Christian?
Or trying to help people.
Yeah.
Like you say, that's what you're trying to do.
But one of the things that I always like to repeat as I go out and I'm talking to people and I'm trying to encourage them, because I can be very dark. What I repeat is that on the day that the person that should have been president had to deliver her concession speech, I honestly didn't know how I was going to get out of bed.
Yeah, she should have been president. Kamala? No, Trump should have been president at that list. Yeah, he can say that. He should have been president. But Kamala, she lost in a landslide.
Yeah. How you even come up with the idea that she should have been president when she lost so badly?
Didn't even win a swing state. Lost ground in blue states.
Yeah. But she should have won.
Yeah.
When I tell y'all, I'm getting emotional,
Over nothing.
that I
Nut
traveled
job.
this country
Oh, you gonna cry?
because
Oh,
I
come
knew
on, cry.
I knew it was going to
come
be
on.
bad. I didn't know it was going to be this f***ing. But
Watch your mouth, you're a Christian, right?
I knew.
This woman is
And-
an utter fool.
I'm telling you. I bleeped out all the
And I knew that the obstacles were going to be even greater, because not only was it a woman, but it was a woman of color. But man, if you saw my DNC speech and you saw me compare the resumes, listen, there was no comparison.
You don't have the resume to even make that statement.
Yeah,
Who are you to say who should be president and who shouldn't be president?
right.
What
Yeah,
have you
she's-
accomplished? What's your resume?
She's been in in political office for quite some time, but so has Joe Biden. And look at the horrible job he's done the last 4 years.
Yeah, what is
your
he-
resume does not matter. Your action speaks volumes.
Yeah,
not your resume.
Yeah, especially when you're in politics.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sense of, God, why?
Man.
How is it that you would put somebody so evil into literally the highest post of power? And then I just decided that sometimes we got to go through the hard times
Hard times.
before.
We had hard times deporting illegal aliens and cutting wasteful spending.
Yeah.
This is hard times.
Stop sending money to Ukraine so they can sell all those machinery and all that money, pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, they're
Pennies
selling
on the dollar.
Yeah,
to our
Ukraine-
enemies.
Yeah, Ukraine. Who released that story? It was Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, Ukraine, like the weapons we're sending them.
Yeah.
Right, they're selling them on the black market or whatever market for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah. to our actual enemies.
Yeah.
And who was the
Or
one
we
that
can
accidentally fired a weapon into Poland and tried to blame Russia on that?
Yeah, Ukraine.
truly get to the good times.
Good
And so
time, huh?
as she was supposed to deliver this speech and I'm struggling and I can't get out of bed, all I could think about was all the people that showed up for the rallies and they had her back when things were looking good. But I wondered how many people would stand with her when things didn't look so good.
That's politics.
And so that's when I put a hat on because I had taken my braids out. And yeah. I know the black women in the room definitely know the struggle. Yeah. And I was just like, I hope don't nobody recognize me.
Yeah, all that fake hair on your head.
And yeah, no, I looked a hot mess. But I rolled out of bed and I went to Howard's campus and I just wanted to be there. And I didn't plan to see her on that day, but I knew her staff would make sure that they told her that I was there because I thought that was important. But Kamala Harris did what she always does, at least when it comes to me. And somehow when it seems like the chips are stacked against her, she somehow found a way to inspire me on that day. And she said that in the darkness, that is the only time that we can actually see the stars. And so it's time for all.
That sounds like something dumb Kamala would say.
You butchered that. I think it's when you're in the darkness, that's when you can see the light.
Yeah, something like
She
that.
totally butchered. She George Bush the hell out of that.
What?
The stars to start shining as brightly as they can. And I am here to tell you that we are engulfed in darkness. But I'm here to also tell you that each and every single person sitting in this room is a bright star.
No, you're not.
It is time for us to rise up. It is time for us
Rise
to
up.
inspire others. It is time for others to see us in this darkness and say, damn, if he or she can look good doing it right now, then I know better days are coming.
Man, you taking like Martin Luther King and getifying it.
Bush an analogy. George Bush and everything.
So I'm here to tell you, better days are coming. So the final P of
Because of
this
Trump, that's why.
is progress. So I want to talk about what progress looks like. Progress looks like being able to marry whoever it is that you love.
Now, that was the start of the end for this country. When we gave them that, everything's been straight downhill.
Yeah. What's the purpose of being, like this, G-A-Y? You have an alternative lifestyle. Why are you trying to mimic what straight people are doing?
Yeah.
You're out adopting kids, you're getting married.
Yeah.
Why are you mimicking what we're doing?
Yeah.
Progress looks like federal courts standing on the side of trans service members.
You know what?
Fine.
Not all straight people can enter the service. I know
Yeah.
when I was going in the Marine Corps, they checked everything. They almost didn't let me in because I have spina bifida.
Yeah. Well, a mild case.
A mild case of it.
Yeah. I mean, if
I seen guys in great physical shape just because they had epilepsy, they was not allowed in.
or flat feet or not 20/20 correctable vision, or when you're in the military, if your dental workers ain't up to par, you're undeployable. How are you gonna let a man or a woman enter the service and try to mimic the opposite sex, and they're deployable at times of war? These people, if
They have,
if
they
you're
have
like
issues.
this, I look the other way, right? But if you're trans, you should not be in service.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be because you're mentally unstable.
Well, you got some mental issues going.
Yeah.
Finally, progress looks like all the sponsors that supported HRC.
Oh, shut up. I had enough of this.
Yeah. The problem with the Democrat Party is y'all are fighting for things nobody wants, that a majority of America does not agree with you with.
Yeah. Well, keep doing it. I hope she runs for president. Wouldn't that be a dream ticket? Her and AOC. That would be a dream ticket for the Democrat Party. A dream.
AOC or Bernie
And it
Sanders.
might no, Bernie Sanders is too old.
Yeah, well, that's a dream ticket for us too, you know.
Yeah. Well, anything they got is a dream ticket for us.
Yeah.
Because y'all going to lose miserably. Y'all have not learned your lesson.
Yeah.
Y'all doubling down on what lost you this past election. So keep doing it.
The reason why Trump's had so much success this past election because a lot of moderates switched back to the right.
Yeah, he listens to what the American public wants.
Nothing.
Y'all pushing
Moderates
this
have
stuff.
nothing appealing. You have nothing to appeal to a moderate voter. Y'all are too far left.
Yeah.